Welcome to A Voice of Reason in Turbulent Times with Pastor Charles Burnett-Morrow. A powerful, practical, prophetic, and progressive commentary about what is happening in our world today.
What I'm trying to talk about today, in a more secular vein, as it were, is the fact that the sexual revolution that brought all things sexual out into the public arena and made it acceptable for people to talk about every cotton-picking thing under the sun that is done in secret. The Apostle Paul said, "For it is a shame to even speak of those things which are done in secret." So the Apostle Paul said, no, things that are done privately should remain private. Those things should not be discussed in public. They're not for public consumption. If they were for public consumption, then you'd be able to do them out in the middle of the street. If you have to seek a place to quietly, privately engage in whatever activity, then chances are that activity no more belongs in conversation than it belongs anywhere. Okay? The fact that we seek out privacy to commit certain acts, and I'm not saying bad acts or good acts, I'm just saying acts, whether it be intimacy, sexuality, whatever, however you want to frame it, the fact that we seek out privacy, and security for that matter. We don't want to be in an insecure place where somebody could walk in on us and that sort of thing. The fact that we do that should be an indication to any thinking human being that those things which are done in secret have no place in public, polite conversation. Now, I know a lot of LGBT people and a lot of straight people, for that matter, are going to get upset hearing me say that. Well, I'm sorry. You can get as upset with me as you want to. Frankly, that is my position, and I believe it is a biblical position. I also believe our world today would be in a whole heck of a lot less turmoil, and there'd be a whole lot less anger and angst toward, for instance, the LGBT community. If people weren't carrying their sex toys out into public and swinging them around their head on a string. When pride parades look like a celebration of sexuality rather than a celebration of identity. And unfortunately, many things that are represented in gay pride parades and this sort of thing, many things that are represented there are often represented in the most sexual, honestly, the most vulgar and obscene possible way. And so therefore, what do you think the message is to people who do not understand you? What do you think the message is to people who have a negative view of you and of our community and of our orientation? People who don't understand us. They become convinced that this is what all LGBT people are about. This is, the focus of LGBT life. Strippers and bars and clubs and drinking and partying, that is the focus of all LGBT people. And the reality is our community, as most of us within the community know, our community is as diverse and divergent as is any heterosexual community. There are no two gay people that act, believe, behave alike, that have the same exact values, the same exact mindset, the same exact thinking. No, not by a million miles. we are a very diverse community.
A voice of reason in turbulent times with Pastor Charles Burnett-Morrow, speaking truth at a time when truth is in short supply.